I know what happened we didn't talk about.
What's that?
Bill Cosby.
Oh yeah, he got out. Jesus Christ, he got out. Jesus, he got out on a technicality, I think.
Is it? Are you team free Bill or team lock up Bill?
Oh boy, this is. Oh, you put me on the spot here. I'm team holding him accountable.
There we go.
Because I mean, did you see? There's this I think it's an infograph, right? Or it looks somebody made some sort of infograph of all the women who came forward to say something, bro. And when it's different when you actually see the people, versus seeing a number,
right.
You know. And to see all the women, they put it together where it's this person said this, and it shows these different women or whatever, and you're like, holy shit.
How many women was it?
I think it was over, I could be exaggerating the number, so don't quote me, but I think it was between 30 to 50 women.
Ooh.
30 to 50 women.
You know,
I want to say.
I say where there's smoke, there's fire.
Okay.
You know
I was be careful. What do you say? I was be careful.
So, I'm not going to say that all of the claims have to be 100% true just because they're claims and people came out with it. But when that many people come out against you, I don't know, man.
That kind of, after a while, you're just okay, well, what else is it going to take?
Yeah.
For that many people, I guess where it gets ridiculous to me is kind of where people sometimes when they don't believe, it's you mean to tell me that all 50 of these people coordinated together.
Exactly.
When as hard as it's hard enough to get 4 people to work on a project together.
Yes.
And so for that many people, it's well, what else is it going to take to show? And so, but it's crazy. Yeah, he got out. So I guess he's on probation now or something like that.
I have no idea. But
I know he's out. And so
what do you think of this faction of people that, because there's some people that are oh, free Bill and, there's this faction of people that say that Bill was trying to buy NBC.
NBC, yeah.
And then it's kind of like a conspiracy that this stuff was brought against him because of that. No, it's hold Bill down and
yeah,
don't let him in that position of power.
Man, I think with that type of thing, I think it's kind of when people see somebody in a certain way, especially someone who's a father figure like that, and they see, it's kind of for example, let's say you see your mom or your dad. When you're young, you see them in a certain light that they're perfect, and they're this person would never do something like that. But then you kind of fail to realize that this person's human. Right. And sometimes they're going to make mistakes or make decisions that have these crazy consequences. But because you saw them in a certain light, in a certain way for so long, you kind of want to choose not to believe that, it reminds me of this, episode I was listening to the Joe Rogan podcast, and this dude he was talking to a journalist who he was talking about politics, right? And he was saying that he was such a big fan of Martin Luther King, right? Martin Luther King Jr., excuse me. And he was saying that I think back in the day, because as everybody knows, or at least I think a lot of people know, that Martin Luther King, he cheated on his wife a lot. He was actually he cheated on his wife so a lot. But back in the day, dude was saying, he's when he first heard it, he was oh, no, they're saying that just to make him look, a certain type of way. Okay. But then when the evidence was brought forth and he's no, he's actually a habitual cheater. He actually did that a lot. He was oh, wait a second. It kind of threw him off a little bit, and he still was for everything that he was trying to do, but that kind of changed his perspective a little bit of who he was as a person. Right. And I think sometimes people struggle with seeing someone that maybe is portrayed a certain way, as hey, I'm a good person, I'm this type of thing. But then when they see certain decisions that they make or actions that they do that kind of is the opposite, they're wait a second, no, that's not them. That can't be. They would never do that. Right. Type of thing. And I think just it's hard, man. Sometimes it's hard to accept, and sometimes some people never accept it, and they're no, that's fake. That's whatever it is. And then some people are damn, kind of rocks them a little bit, and they're well, I mean, shit, he did this, It's just I think for me, as people who portray themselves to always be a good person, I'm not into that.
So you just portray yourself as a good person. You're not really a good person.
I never said I was a good person. I'm actually a really bad person. But no. But I think that we should be more realistic. It's the same way. I mean, look at Pee Wee Herman when he got in trouble for what he stuff. You know, he was portraying himself as like, I'm this nice guy, this kid friendly type of thing.
Okay, refresh my memory. Was it like stuff with kids? Was he a pedophile?
No. He got caught in a porn theater jacking off. So you know,
okay.
And so, but that messed up like his image a lot.
Was that while he was popular?
Yeah, while he was popular.
Really? Dang.
Yep. It messed it up, and it like messed up his career for a little bit. But the thing was, he was just portraying himself as to be this person that was like, I'm innocent. I'm just a playful person. You know, I love kids. And then when he did that, versus if he was just like, look, I like fucking, like I like watching this or whatever. I like doing this. And kind of.
I think you can be both of those things.
I think you can, but I think you have to be.
Shouldn't be jacking off in a movie theater.
That too, but no, but like I think what was it? I think you can be both of those things, but you should be careful how you describe yourself to people, because like or portray yourself like I'm not gonna say I'm a good person, like I'm a really great person. And then all of a sudden do these other things versus like, look, I ain't perfect.
Talking shit about old ladies in the grocery store.
Exactly. So, but yeah.
Terrible person.
Yeah. But I think also too, it's like people don't understand. I don't put it past anybody to make bad decisions given in the right situation. Just because I feel like if you're put in a certain situation, you can put yourself, make bad decisions.
Are you apologizing for Bill right now?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not apologizing for him, but I'm not surprised. Like, because to me, he like his show, you know, he was like this father figure. He was like this good guy. He's always like, oh, you should be doing this. You should be doing that. And for that to happen, I'm just like, I'm not surprised.
Slipping stuff in people's drinks.
And doing things he shouldn't have been doing. But at the same time, I don't believe in the conspiracy that he was trying to buy NBC. I feel like I'm trying to think of how much money Bill would have had when he was trying to do that. To buy a TV network, you need like billions and billions of dollars. Was he making that much money?
I have no idea.
I know he's making millions, but did you hear? I think you just reminded me too of the whole Bill Cosby thing. But did you hear that he's actually talking about doing a tour?
Oh,
like a comedy tour?
Dude, Bill's the only comedian I've ever seen. I saw him in a comedy show when I was a kid. I forgot.
Yo, for real?
I forgot. I have been to a comedy show.
Oh, there it is.
Me, my mom, my dad, my gram, and my grandpa went to a Bill Cosby show.
Wow.
In Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
That's crazy.
It was funny.
Was it? He was funny?
Yeah.
Was he talking like a dad? He's like, my wife won't do this.
Dad humor.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep.
But yeah, supposedly once this came out, because of course, you know, he needs to make like money for like lawyers and all this shit that he hasn't made money. He's talking about, he's thinking about doing, planning like an arena tour.
Dude, his lawyer was Donald Trump's impeachment lawyer.
Oh, word?
Bill Cosby's lawyer is Trump's lawyer.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what you're saying, Bill Cosby supports Trump? No.
It's a complicated world, man.
Damn, that's crazy. But he was probably obviously like, well, I mean, well, shit, if he got him to avoid jail, maybe he can get me out. That's crazy. But it's crazy times, you know. But when that news was announced, I saw a lot of people like on my Instagram. Some people were like for, like finally.
Yeah, it's funny. I saw half for it and half against it.
Yeah. But I think it's just like a lot of confliction. But I think too, now I'm going to tread lightly here because I can only speak so much. But I think why a lot of people are for him getting out is like you were talking about, is because he was trying to NBC. But I think it's like he was a positive black role model, male black role model,
right,
in the community, where in most of the time in media and society, for some reason, there's not a lot that are as big as him. You know what I mean? And so I think when in a community like that where, or excuse me, in society and in the media, where most of the time minorities are portrayed in a kind of like negative light most of the time in cinema and TV, in the news and stuff like that. And white people most of the time are portrayed in a better light, like good people or whatever. It kind of sucks when you lose someone of that like notoriety to that, you know. And I think that's why a lot of people are conflicted and are like, no, like we can't lose someone who was so positive and a good role model, you know.
I feel it.
And so I understand the confliction. Like I understand the confliction. It's just like, ooh, it just gets tough because some people are like conspiracy and other people are like, hey, he made his decisions, now he should be held accountable, type of thing, you know.
Yeah, man.
And so
it's like I want to make some jokes here and there, but it's a tough one to joke about.
Yeah, it's the same thing with I guess like the white person, like, you know, like the like there's I guess what it is, sometimes people feel like, well, not a lot of people who are white, who happen to be white, who do bad things are held accountable as much as black people and Latin people and so on and so forth when it comes to like police and just crime and all this other stuff, you know.
Right.
All this crazy stuff. But yeah, so Bill's out.